G'day friends, welcome to day 5 of Inktober, day 5 of 31, if you can believe that. I'm going strong after 5 days, so I'm feeling pretty good. It's been fun, and I'm sure it's going to keep being fun until it's not, and then it'll be fun again. It's the circle of life, isn't it? I wanted to get on today and do something that I just love, which is fashion illustration. Well, in a fashion illustration style, what I actually created was a character, a lesser known character from my favorite movie of all time. And I say that about a lot of movies, but this is the movie I remember loving the first movie I ever loved, and it's still stuck by me and been faithful to me all these years, and it's The Wizard of Oz. I just love it. The infamous movie musical with my good girl Judy. It's just, I mean, does anyone not like it? I love it. If you don't like it, please don't let me know that. I'm having a great day. No, I just love the movie so much. I used to want to be a munchkin when I grew up. That didn't work out for me, so I've done this instead. I've called this Evanora of the East because the Wicked Witch of the East, her name is Evanora. That's irrelevant to what I'm doing today, but I thought I'd just name it that because I had to put a name on the thumbnail. Like, you have to call it something, don't you? So I can't just call it day 5. This piece is entitled Day 5. I mean, that might be artistic, that could be good. You know, one of the hardest things about this was not drawing the ruby slippers, and I know the original are silver, but you won't catch me in a blue moon drawing silver shoes on anything related to The Wizard of Oz. I don't believe in it. It never happened. I'd love to respect Frank L. Baum, but just for me, that's an alternative fact that she had silver shoes. So they're ruby all the way for me. I just love it so much. I love fashion illustration. I love sketching in that style. Sketching with a pen is crazy because I feel like I'm just nervous the whole time that one wrong stroke is going to ruin the whole thing. And but that's what this challenge is all about, isn't it? So my thoughts on this poor chick. I mean, she's just minding her own business in Munchkinland and then gets crushed by a house. That's not bad enough. Judy goes and steals her Louboutins, so I just feel for her. I just feel bad. I am so on another level today, it's ridiculous, but I'm just feeling good. I love the way this turned out. This is should I say my favorite so far? Should I say that? I'm sure I'm going to have lots of favorites. Personally, you're free to choose whatever your favorite is. If you don't like any of them, I support that as well. This is subjective. Everyone's versions of Inktober is different. I'm personally not following a prompts list. I'm following whatever is in my head that day because I think that's the prompt that's going to get me to do the best work if I'm inspired to do it and I want to do it. Addressing a couple of the questions I've been getting, because you guys are leaving such amazing comments and I really, really appreciate it. Truth be told, replying to everyone would just take us such a crazy amount of time. So I'm going to try and work a lot of the comments and questions into the videos, and hopefully I can wrap some of those things up for you and let you know what you're asking. So the supplies that I'm using, the brushes. You'd have to ask my mum where she got those from when I was about 6. Honestly, some of these brushes have been with me since I was a kid, and I don't have an extensive brush collection, and I just brought what I had from home. So some of these are literally, I've had them since I was a child. And but this one in my hand, this is from Target, that's a Crayola brush. I'm not a snob when it comes to this kind of stuff, and especially when I'm doing Inktober, because I believe that it is a challenge. So I'm not going to go out there and go and spend $30 on a paintbrush because I think it's going to make me better. I'm going to use what I have because I'm just being frugal at this point. But yeah, this Crayola brush, I mean, could you say it doesn't work? I made this piece with it and I love this piece. So if you just need to go out and get a synthetic Crayola brush pack from Target, go and save yourself a bunch of money. And if you've got beautiful paintbrushes, send them to me. No, it's fine. I love watching people create in their craft space. I love seeing art supplies videos and just like creeping around Instagram, checking all that stuff out. I think a lot of us have that kind of weird voyeuristic tendency when it comes to craft rooms. That's why there's so many craft room tours on YouTube. I personally won't do one because A, it's a mess, and B, it's not finished, and C, I just don't want to. I don't want to at this point. Maybe I will when it's all finished and I'm happy with it, but it just looks like a mess in there at this point. And the cats are still stealing things from there, so I want to be able to show it. I want to show you everything that's in there, and at this point, half of my stash is gone because Oliver, he wanted it. So, yeah, the other supplies I'm using, apart from cheap brushes and or expensive brushes, there are some peppered in there that my mum got me for Christmas, which are a little more expensive. Some of the really fine ones, but I actually don't think I pull them out a lot. The ink I got from Daiso, Japan, you know, the Daiso stores, and it's a calligraphy liquid ink. And I couldn't for the life of me try to pronounce this. I do speak Japanese, but if you don't use it, you lose it. So let's just say... I'm going to put this in the description below. I might even link it, because I do know you can get some of these very similar, if not exactly the same, from Amazon quite cheap. So it's just black calligraphy liquid ink. And as far as the paper goes, that is Canson watercolor paper, and it's £140. So it really holds up to that wet media well. And you can tell I've just been going to town with this water, and because I really want to play with all that color pooling and get some really interesting effects. One of the things that I'm finding is a fun challenge for me is trying to get really fun textures to appear in these ink drawings, because I'm only limited to the ink and how much I can dilute it with water. And so learning how it plays and reacts, and you know, wet on wet techniques, dry wet on dry, is that a thing? Yeah, I'm sure it is. If it's not, let me know, or don't. It's fine. The illustration's done at this point, so there's no helping me with that. But I also want to thank you guys. Some of you have been clearing up a lot of the things that I get wrong, or questions that I post in videos, that I do appreciate you answering those questions for me, especially about the heat tool. I did have a legitimate question about that, and I could just go and research it myself, but I actually love to hear from you guys, because you guys are the ones that use it, and you guys know the best whether it's probably going to work for me or not, or you know what I mean? Like, it's all well and good to go and watch a review, but until you've got it in your hands, or you're using it the way that you want to use it, sometimes you just don't know. That's why when I did that render sketchbook video, I wanted to test out all the things that I was going to use in it. Fair enough, I'm sure it held up to its claims about Copic markers, and I could trust that from all the reviews that I saw, but what does it look like with Dylusions ink? What does it look like with Mermaid marker ink? Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to try the things that I'm maybe going to use in there. And so for that reason, I do like to post a lot of questions in my videos directed at people that do a lot of mixed media arts and crafts, because that's the way that I like to use stuff, and that I feel like you guys, you're wise. You use it all the time. You've had this stuff for years, and you honestly know better than just an Amazon review. Unless that's your Amazon review, in which case I'll just take that. But yeah, I mean, it's just fun to share in that information. And believe it or not, a lot of people read those comments, and they get inspired by stuff you have to say. And you know, any products that you list down there, I know people have gone out and bought them at your recommendation. So you're just as much a part of this as I am. And if you've got anything else you want to share, be sure to pop it in the comments below, because I still read them, even though I can't respond to every single one of them. But yeah, as far as Inktober's going, I really, really, really love this piece. I love the line of it. I love how elegant it looks. I love the texture in that dress. I mean, it's just, who knew, just scrunching up a piece of paper and just going to town, that you could get something like that. It looks like I tried really hard for it, but I did next to nothing. So this is just my shout out to Evanora of the East. I hope she's resting well. And until day 6, I'll see you tomorrow, and enjoy the close-ups. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.